Hi YouTube, this is Angie the Anti-Theist. I am responding to the nonsensical, oh no, it's common sense. Alright, you start by, it is a fact, you killed your child. Dude, you need to check your facts. My 4-year-old is on the bus on the way home from school right now. It's perfectly fine. At least he was this morning. Yeah, you have decided, okay, human life, DNA, embryo. I'm with you on that, okay? I'm not actually disagreeing on the unique DNA, happens at conception, blah, blah, blah. I just don't confuse that with a child. See, child is a word that we have with a specific definition and meaning. Likewise, so is embryo, so is fetus. They do not all mean the same thing, no matter how convenient to your narrow viewpoint that might be. As far as your whole, oh, well, if abortion's fine, why isn't postnatally killing children fine? Abortion isn't something women do because we like killing children. In fact, 60% of women in the US who have abortions already have children at home, like me. You specifically said, what's to stop me from killing a child who has special needs? Or you said disability and etc. But I have a special needs child. It's obvious you didn't watch any of my videos before making yours. Or if you did it with the sound off. Now, as far as your, postnatal, look, here's the thing. Women don't have abortions because, like, killing people is so much fun. No, women have abortions because pregnancy is a really big deal. Being a parent is a really big deal. Some women desperately want the child to be in their womb when they are required, medically, when they have to, have an abortion. You're being a jackass to all of those women who have already suffered a pretty crushing blow. Way to be a decent human being. Abortion isn't about, I like killing people. It's about my body. See, I don't know how you feel about IVF, in vitro fertilization. That's conception. That's unique DNA being created by the fusion of a sperm and egg. Something that infertile couples sometimes do to have a child made of their own genetic makeup. There are always extras. Do you consider getting rid of those extras as opposed to implanting them in a woman for her to be pregnant and carry them to term? Do you consider that abortion? Do you consider that murder? Personally, I wouldn't choose that route to have children because I think there are, 800,000 children currently in the United States foster care system. There are millions of orphans worldwide. There are 1 billion people worldwide who don't have enough food and water. Yeah. You want to worry about some embryos, some fetuses? I think it's because it's easier to just sit there rocking in your chair and making wacky hand motions than it is to actually do anything to help people who are alive, who are here, and who have needs. 25,000 children will die today of poverty? I'd like to know if you're doing anything about that. I am. I encourage people to please donate to mycharitywater.org. I have a fundraiser going there. I've got the link off to the side. I would appreciate greatly any donations. $25 can change someone's life for the next 20 years. So please, if you're at all able, I would, be extremely grateful. And I'm sure the people who don't have access to basic water, basic clean water, I'm sure they would appreciate it too. A lot more than I appreciate, say, your condescending and poorly worded 9-minute ramble. Okay, here's the difference between a postnatal child and a prenatal fetus. Whether or not it's been born and where it is. See, a woman's body is hers. You will never be pregnant. You're lucky. You're a dude. You'll never go through this. It'll never be a choice you have to make. It'll never be something you have to consider. You'll never have to go through the dangers of either pregnancy and childbirth or an abortion. You are fucking dodging that bullet by virtue of luck of being born male. Good for you, dude. Run with that. Enjoy it, but quit being a jerk to the rest of us. Here's the difference, okay? Even if, say, a woman didn't want a child that she had, a born child who, say, did have a disability or special needs, or she just didn't want to be a mother for whatever reason, or didn't have the resources, someone else can take over. Someone else has the ability to do that job for her. Nobody else can take care of a fetus in somebody's womb, except the person whose womb it's in, right? You're not talking about something that you're willing to do to help make the world a better place. You're just telling other people what to do to fit your own narrow worldview. I don't confuse a fertilized egg with a child. Maybe because I have a kid. I don't know if you do. I have a kid. He's 4. He's not an egg. Yeah, he has unique DNA. Yeah, the embryo that I aborted did too. That is not the issue. The issue is, even if it is a child, even if it is another person, it is completely dependent upon my body, my resources, my space, my blood, my kidneys. What I eat will affect it, right? Whether or not I smoke a cigarette will affect it. Whether or not I take an aspirin will affect it. That's the difference. That's the difference, okay? A born child can be cared for by anyone. A fetus or embryo can only be cared for by the woman whose womb it is in. And guess what? She gets to decide if she doesn't want to do that. You know why? Because it's her fucking body! Get over it, okay? Sorry. Just tired of this. You are just sitting there in condescending judgmentalism for something that you will never, ever, ever have to do. Never have to consider. Never have to take any of the risks. So I'm sure it's very easy to just sit there in your chair, rocking back and forth, making wacky hand motions, and not doing shit to make the world a better place. Screw you, dude. Not impressed. Everybody on YouTube, have a great and godless day. I hope everybody here understands the difference between a child, someone who is born, someone who is developed, someone who is not 100% dependent on a woman's body for survival, and an embryo. I know I do. Everybody on YouTube, have a great and godless day. I would love to move beyond the abortion subject, so I'm probably going to start doing videos on other topics now. Peace. Be good to each other. Please, please, please try to find a way to help those less fortunate who are already alive on this planet. Thank you.